I'll tell you why I'm a no. My mother's Jamaican. My father's Panamanian. A lot of black people in America who aren't going to be able to get that kind of benefit or get reparations.
Do you support black Americans getting reparations?
I do, because that was the original plan, 40 acres and a mule. That was the plan. Lincoln felt some responsibility. He's like, what are we going to do for these people? And so a plan was put into motion that it was never brought to fruition because his predecessor said absolutely not. Oh, not no, but hell no. If it was relevant then and it was never brought to fruition, then it's relevant today.
Foundational Black Americans, some of us have to apologize to Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black, because they warned us about people who have dual allegiances. So this message is going out to Tariq Nasheed from one of the biggest black activists out there. I apologize. See, you got to understand where I was coming from. My point was that I wanted to look out for all black people. And I didn't want to give people, the cold shoulder depending on their online activity. Like Botham John, you look at Botham John, you look at his family, you look at what happened with freaking Amber Geiger, the police officer who shot Botham John. She was drunk, walking to the wrong apartment, shot this man down. She got a slap on the wrist, and the family was hugging the judge and hugging the cop. And Botham John gone. Tariq, you were right. I'm man enough to admit, I am adult enough and old enough now to admit when I was wrong. I wasn't doing the Pan-African thing, but I was just doing the freaking black thing. If you're black and if you're in trouble, I come run to your defense. In the past 10 years, I've counted up. My wife, she did all my accounting, and she says you have spent more than $500,000 doing this. Bailing people out. Paying people's... I run a farm. Do you know how expensive it is to run a livestock farm and just give out food to black people? You have any idea how expensive that is? And I kept doing it because I kept holding on to this thing of I owe the black community something because I'm black. I owe you something. I owe you. I should work for you and I should not expect anything in return. This is why just being black was good enough. But you're right. Jason Black was right. These dual allegiances, we can't do it no more. FBA family, we can't do it no more. Listen, I don't care if you're black and gay, if you're black in an interracial relationship, all that's fine. Listen, all that is just random bullshit to me. What do you think when you lay your head down? Because I know a white man can date an Asian person and still be a white supremacist. I know a woman can date a man and still hate men for some. I know women right now who have black children who live in Seattle who hate black people. They have mixed race black children and they're white, but they hate black people. These dual allegiances, I get it. I apologize to anybody who may not want to hear this, but I cannot do dual allegiances no more. You either black first or fuck you.
Black immigrant youth, Black African immigrant youth are one of the fastest growing prison populations in America because you damn Africans come to America, some of you, and ain't got no damn Pan-African consciousness. Come to America and you ain't got no damn Pan-African consciousness. Thinking you better than me when everything you get is the result of the struggle that we have been through. Everything you get is the result of the struggle that we have been through, and you want to turn your nose up at us because the white man gave you a refugee status card. Get your ass out my face. I don't deal with sellout African Americans, and I damn sure ain't gonna deal with no sellout Africans from the continent. I don't deal out with...
Let me tell y'all something. Umar Johnson is full of shit. He don't believe nothing in regards to Pan-Africanism. I promise y'all he don't. I promise y'all. Y'all see how he sees that we done got Pan-Africanism out the paint, and he keeps trying to slide in these delineation movement talking points while he still has to stand in his scam Africanism pool, right? That's his play. That's just who he's gonna be from here on out. He gonna keep telling y'all, hey, these people ain't worth a damn, but hey, I'm still a Pan-African. That's just gonna be his play. He's just like the Democrats. He gonna keep taking from our talking points. Gonna keep taking from our talking points. Gonna keep taking from our talking points. Just watch. He's been doing it over the last few months. He know what it is. He's always known what it is. Dude is funny.
Family, forgive the look. Your boy's in the middle of moving. But I wanted to ask a very general question, right? Because I keep hearing this shit over and over again. Ain't we all black? Ain't we all black? What the white person sees, blah, blah, blah. First of all, stop with the excuse of the white man, right? When I'm talking to you, immigrant, person with a similar skin color, I'm not talking about nobody white. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you. You dig what I'm saying? When I'm dealing with white tea people, right? Okay, I can bring up racial disparities. I can bring up the racist history. I can bring up white tea supremacy. I can do that stuff. But when I'm speaking to somebody with a similar skin color, right? And just because they can't get over the way they used to get over, they want to call my people white tea supremacy. Do you understand what white tea supremacy is? It's not just motherfuckers that are talking about delineating. And I wish you can find me in any part of goddamn history where a white supremacist delineated from someone. Right? It's the most non-violent thing that you can do. I want you to name a time a white supremacist used the word disaggregation. Right? You know what's white tea supremacist? Colonialization. That's the first form of white tea supremacy. Settler colonialism. What do you immigrants think that you're doing? Right? White tea supremacists ain't just people that want to delineate, that need to delineate for their ethnic survival. Right? White tea supremacy is not just the things that white tees say in word, but their word becomes action. Like D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation. It was film turned reality. Right? That's white tea supremacy. Right? Name a country in Africa or the Caribbean where you see a large amount of black Americans migrating there specifically to undermine an already oppressed group of people. Now, mind you, these countries that I'm talking about, they don't have a white tea government. I don't even understand how they think that people can be white tea supremacists when you've left a nation that was predominantly ran and governed by people that look like you. You left that. But these people that do that have the audacity and the nerve and the gall to ask us, why are we dividing? Aren't you the first one who divided yourself? Aren't you the one that took yourself as being a part of a whole? You took your ass out of that hole and you left no matter what because you wanted to make a better life for yourself. You didn't say you wanted to be a better person. You didn't want to be a better African. You didn't want to be a better Fulani, Ashanti, Yoruba, Igbo. You didn't want to be that. You wanted to be a black American. This is the reason why when we ask you what your ethnicity is, the question is why. Right? You didn't just want to leave your motherfucking people and your nation. You wanted to become someone else. The opportunity of being someone else, because being what you were born as has failed you. Right? Settler colonialism is about land acquisition. Right? Replacing people over time through mass migration. Right? Erasing their culture, their heritage, their identity, supplanting it with yours. Settler exploitation is about resource extraction. Keeping the people in place because you cannot erase the people yet because you don't have the numbers, you don't have the support. Right? So you do phase one, you do the settler colonialism, the land acquisition, right? You move enough of your people over here, you change the laws, the policies, and all of that type of thing to make this landmass more comfortable for you, right? And the people that you will bring behind you. Okay? This is what is happening. You do not see a mass number of black Americans dispersed through the four corners of the earth undermining anybody, being anyone's political buffer class. You see this being done to us, and this is our problem. Right? So it's not a requisite. Understanding is not your understanding of all of this. If you're an immigrant, a chain migration baby or anchor baby, if you are a person of immigrant descent, your understanding and your okay is not a requisite. We don't care what you call us. We don't care what you do. It won't match what we do. Right? And calling yourselves black will no longer hide your true identity. We're coming to expose you. Have a good fucking day.
Yeah, man. It's FBA News. And yeah, like you saw in the prior videos, the jig is up, everybody. Pan-Africanism is dead. Delineation is here to stay. And it's all your fault. And I'm addressing the tether class, the buffer class here. It's all your fault. This is a situation of your making. And you know it is. But you refuse to take responsibility. You refuse to take accountability. Those are qualities that you share with the dominant society. But unlike them, you don't have any power. You don't. You see, a lot of these tethers, they suffer from real serious issues of projection. Everything they say about us is them trying to ignore what they are. They know they're lying. They know they're dishonest. They know they're untrustworthy. And you hear people say, oh, well, it's not all of them. It's enough. Yeah, it's enough. It's clear that it's enough. And we are taking this to them the same way as we took it to the Asians. And they'd be like, oh, well, you know, Rick Charles, Chinese, I'm Korean. Like, none of that shit matters when we walk into your stores. See, all the buffer classes see us as the enemy. And we've done nothing to these people. It is not a plea that I'm making for some form of mercies that shall never come, or trying to be a victim. It's a simple observation that we have done nothing to you people, and you're cowards. They want to punch down, but in the tether's case, they're not punching down, they're punching up. They are punching up. Even if a tether has millions of dollars in his bank account, he knows deep down inside, in his heart of hearts, that just a regular FBA Black American working at his trade job is a better man than he could ever dream to be. I mean, for one simple reason, that man has never had his pussy probed to get to where he got. And we all know that's how Hollywood and the upper echelons of power behave. Humiliation normally coming in the form of sexual humiliation. That's why whenever I see a new star, especially a black one, just come out in the woodwork, right? All of a sudden they're the new hottest thing. It's like, who have you fucked and who has fucked you? Those are the thoughts that go through my brain, because it wasn't talent that got you where you are right now. Oh no. Somebody just likes the way how you taste for the moment. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I can see and feel the desperation. That's why they're so vexed. They're not angry or having any feelings of remorse for their betrayal or any semblance of fealty, because we supposedly share the same genes, which On the most basic level, yes, but comparing an African to a black American is like comparing a house cat to a tiger. You know? Part of the same species, but there's levels to this shit. There are levels. See, here's the thing. We as black Americans, we are the lions, we are the tigers, we are the warrior race, right? And the tethers, they're just cattle. They're just cattle, they're tools. Tools to be used by the dominant society as they will, and then they will break those tools and find somebody else to replace you, which, how dumb do you have to be to see that this pattern keeps emerging? And it happens to everybody, not just the Africans, but Vivek Ramaswamy and that other Indian guy, nobody. I was trying to be MAGA, and MAGA basically told them to go fuck themselves. We won't vote for you because you're Indian. And the beautiful thing about it is, sometimes we don't have to even do anything to these people. Sometimes, down in society, they decided it's time for you to go, you go. And we get to see the festivities that come when your time is up. So yeah, in closing, these people can never, ever, 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 ever be involved in anything that we got going on from here on out. From here on out. We wanted unity with them, but they made a choice. And we're going to hold their feet to the fire with this choice. You are going to have to learn to eat on your own. Truly on your own. You cannot use our political base, our power to save yourself. You're going to have to save yourself. All of you are going to have to circle the wagons. All of you are going to have to learn what our ancestors learned during the Civil Rights War era in terms of dealing with these people and fighting these people. You're going to have your own victories and your own losses to ever come near to what we are. But we both know that you won't. We know what you won't. You're a coward. You're a fleer. When you see these people and they accept their award for whatever god-awful entertainment BS they're in, they always talk about where they come from, right? But they never, ever there. They're never there. They don't live there. And the ones that do, well, they almost end up dying. Like, look at Anthony Joshua. Knocked out Jake Paul, went back to Nigeria, almost died because they have no infrastructure. And when you hear and you see things like that, see things like dirt cookies, mosquito burgers, they're frying grasshoppers, you know. That is a pathetic life to have. And the thing is, all these tethers are traitors to their own people. They are. They are. Because they don't have the intestinal fortitude to build their own nation. They're too lazy to be the trailblazer. Trailblazers rarely see the fruits of their efforts, but they bless the lives of their children and their grandchildren and their children's children's children. So, walk tall and proud, my brothers and sisters. One thing at a time, step by step, our influence grows like a weed. And this is just the beginning. This is FBA News, signing out.